Hard Truths has been in limited release since December 6, 2024, and is supposed to go nationwide on January 10th, 2025. So to summarize the film, Pansy is a woman who's in her mid-50s and is probably one of the most miserable people you will ever meet. I'm talking about the type who seemingly live forever even though no one wants them to, and they seemingly have no God-given reason to exist so long. But in Pansy's defense, her life hasn't been the best, and at this point she is pretty much stuck. She has raised her little sister Chantel, who was doted on by their mother Pearl, and while Pansy, meanwhile, was just treated like a babysitter. And on top of all that, Pansy is in a rather loveless marriage. At least, I don't think she really loves her husband anymore. And she has a 22-year-old introverted son named Moses who's not doing much with his life. And between her pain, depression, and seemingly being unsure of how or if she could change her life for the better, even with Chantel's support, she is in a rut and is lashing out while still drowning. So, when it comes to reviewing Hard Truths, I gotta say off the bat, when it comes to Pansy, despite how she has been painted thus far, you'll love to hate her because of her antics. Often you'll laugh when it comes to her going off on other people, but when you see her escalate things far beyond when they are called for, that's when you're going to start wondering is something wrong with her, and you may go from laughing at her to questioning if something is wrong, even to the point of becoming kind of questioning, does she like to live in misery, and because her misery has company, it fuels and enables her to keep acting this way. Thankfully, through Chantel and gaining an understanding of Pansy's upbringing, what you're given isn't an excuse but a reason for a person who likely felt unprotected, unloved, and who has unresolved issues likely stemming from her mother's treatment. But on a lighter note, we're not focused on Pansy, instead focused on Chantel, you do get some relief, whether it's her relationship with her kids or work at a braiding salon, if not general hair salon. Chantel prints not only relief but also pushes you to want to know Pearl, Pansy, and Chantel's mom more, considering the parallel lives that Pearl's two daughters have. That in itself kind of creates a potential issue in that when it comes to Hard Truths, because it shows all sides to most characters, and this includes Pansy's husband and child and also Chantel's kids, it may leave you frustrated with the fact that you don't get a definitive ending and some questions are left unanswered. In fact, when it comes to Hard Truths, its ending having a ellipsis and life goes on, it can make it very frustrating considering where we leave Pansy at, considering where Moses was when we're just really getting to know him and seeing him interact with people besides his parents. And it ultimately leaves me feeling that this would have been so much better as a miniseries to really flesh out some of these characters, including Chantel's daughters, rather than just being given a movie which may have wonderful performances and writing, but it also is something that ends in the most frustrating way possible. Overall, when it comes to Hard Truths, I feel like it delivers the type of performances a lot of Black people, no matter which side of the Atlantic they come from, have been wanting, especially the actresses. For Pansy might be unlikable in many ways, but she's still shown as someone who's human. Chantel may not have it all, but she does bring a joyous feeling about what she does have, and bring in also addressing the trauma your parents caused and even seeing it how it goes from generation to generation. And it makes me grateful for films like this to exist, even if it didn't end the way I would want it to, especially because as a supplement there is the Miss Pat show, which has similar stories which can carry the torch.